Wind and snow for the Midwest and a little bit for the Northeast and Southeast, but also a lot of Arctic air coming through the Midwest of wind chill temperatures even below -20. Good morning, I'm meteorologist Pew. It's January 18, 2026. So currently in the Southeast and the Northeast, you guys are dealing with the same cold front that's producing a little bit of snow. Now for the Southeast, starting in the border of the Florida Panhandle, Alabama to central Georgia, you guys are going to get about 1 inch max of snowfall. And this should last only until about the afternoon today. Now for the Northeast, all the way from Pennsylvania, New Jersey to places like Maine, you guys are going to get a little bit more snow, mostly around like 2 to 5 inches. But there are some localized places, especially in places like Connecticut, Rhode Island, and the eastern part of Massachusetts that may see upwards of 7 inches. And so this snowstorm is already occurring. So if you live in these areas circled in the red, this is probably going to end about really late tonight, like 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern time. But if you live in this orange area, it's going to last until about the morning tomorrow. Now for the Midwest, specifically in the northern plains, this is like round 4 or 5 of this snow for the past week, and unfortunately it's happening already. And so we're going to see scattered snow showers all the way from eastern Montana to places like the Great Lakes eventually. Now again, like what we've seen for the past week, we're not going to see that much snow accumulation, and if you do see these snow showers, they're going to be very quick and abrupt. But again, if you live in the southern portion of Lake Superior or eastern portions of Lake Michigan, you guys are going to see a little bit more snow than other places. And if you live in the plains from Montana all the way to Minnesota, as far south as places like Kansas, you guys are going to have some high wind today. Those in the red are going to see winds from 35 to 45 miles per hour sustained and wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour. Those in orange may see winds from 25 to 35 miles per hour and wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Now most of the snow accumulation is occurring on the border of North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota, and with these high wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, there's possibly going to be a blizzard. Everywhere else that's seen more of that scattered snow showers, with these high winds, we're going to see some snow squalls, which are essentially short-term blizzards. And to a lesser degree, some of these winds can be felt as far south as Texas, though mostly around like 15 to 25 miles per hour sustained. But because we're having more northwesterly flow again, we're bringing a lot more relatively dry air into this area. So with that dry air and that high sustained winds, again, we're going to have another fire risk. And if we look at 500 millibars of midwinter troposphere, all this weather patterns has been happening because we have this high pressure that's been pretty much stationary on the west coast, and it's creating this ridge. And because of that clockwise flow, we're having a lot of that northerly flow coming from Canada all the way down to the US. And so with that, it's bringing a lot of these low pressures from the north and bringing these shortwave troughs. And so at the surface, that's why we're seeing all these cold fronts pass through these past week. And so currently in this moment, we do have a surface low pressure that's pretty strong, and it's coming through the Great Lakes, and with that counterclockwise flow, bringing in that northerly Arctic air down. And so for the Midwest, as if it wasn't really cold already, we're having even colder air coming down. And so for today, starting in the more northern plains, we're going to see below zero temperatures. And these below zero temperatures are going to start traveling a little bit to the southeast into the Great Lakes region. And so by tomorrow, we're going to see this. And so trailing this cold front is also going to bring in those high winds, though tomorrow's not going to be as strong, but still strong enough that we're going to see wind chill temperatures in the -10s, -20s, and some places in the north, maybe even -30.